What is your vision for the edge computing ecosystem? Tell us briefly how you want to see the industry move forward.
The only way that edge computing is going to really take off is if we make it easy for customers, whether they're content providers, application developers, or even large enterprises, if we make it easy for them to consume the edge. And the really important thing is that that cannot be done by one player alone, and therefore a diverse and a thriving ecosystem is really important. At STL, I helped to develop our Edge ecosystem tool, which splits the ecosystem into 7 different main component buckets and helps to sort of organize and discuss the different players that we need to build an end-to-end Edge solution. These buckets go right the way from facilities, those providing sort of data center facilities, power, cooling, these sorts of elements, through to software where people are actually running edge-enabled software. And one bucket that we think is really important, maybe not spoken about as much as it should be, is the open source and sort of forums bucket. So there are a few things in particular that it's really important that we discuss as a combined community. One would be elements of edge computing that require lots of multi-party collaboration. That might be things like Telco Edge Federation, multi-cloud orchestration, or things like the standardization of Edge APIs. And the other thing that's really important to discuss in these sorts of forums would be elements where there's need for cross-industry collaboration. So for instance, where technology players and industry vertical customers can come together and discuss requirements and capabilities. And an example of that would be something like what the 5G Automotive Association does. So they're a group that I would really highlight to sort of indicate the importance of building that thriving and diverse ecosystem.
Can you share a story you either experienced or heard that illustrates how having a different viewpoint in the room made a difference in debiasing tech?
At STL Partners, we have an International Women's Day breakfast every year, which is our own sort of forum as a company to talk about ways that we can make sure we're debiasing tech and also debiasing the technology workplace as a whole. I've been involved in 4 of these now over the years, and the sorts of things that we've discussed at these breakfasts include some updates and improvements that we made both to our maternity and paternity leave policy. Another really important one that we've discussed in some depth is how to handle calls where questions or comments are directed at male colleagues, even if the subject matter expert is a woman on the call. How to destigmatize periods in the workplace and at STL, and also how to make sure that women feel safe if they have to work late in the office, both actually in the office on their commute home. And what's been most important and most refreshing about these conversations that we had has been the openness of everyone at STL to get involved and contribute and also listen. And that's really been shown and led by example by our directors, both male and female, who've consistently shown up to these conversations, consistently done work off the back of them, and been enthusiastic about the conclusions that as a shared group we've come to. So I would highlight those as a really important forum that I've been involved with around trying to sort of debias the tech community.